So why do crypto tokens have value? What are they used for? If you watch most people in business media, financial media, they'll say things like crypto tokens are just gambling chips, and the only way that you're going to make money with it is if somebody comes along and they pay more than you did. And but at the same time, a lot of those people will say things like, you know, we only want to invest in things that we understand, sort of like Warren Buffett. Buffett says like, "Oh, these are gambling chips; they're not worth anything." But at the same time, he'll say things like, "I only invest in things I understand," which means he has no understanding of cryptocurrency, crypto tokens, blockchain, or whatever. He has no knowledge of it, so he's not going to invest in it. But what are the value of crypto tokens? There's a bunch of different values to it. Bitcoin is kind of unique. Bitcoin is more store of value. It's more like digital gold. Some people say it's the future of money. I'm not 100% sure on that. Uh, but most of the other crypto tokens, like let's start with Ethereum, the crypto token has value in a couple different ways. The first one and the main one is that the Ethereum essentially is like an ecosystem. Ethereum is kind of like a separate version of the internet. You have a bunch of different apps on Ethereum, the same way that you have different apps on your phone. And instead of just directly paying for things in dollars, you pay for things with Ethereum tokens, Ether tokens as they call it. So the Ether token would have value because you can do something within the Ethereum blockchain. The other reason why the crypto token has value is because it's also a form of equity within the blockchain, sort of like having a stock in a company. When you have crypto tokens in a blockchain, it basically gives you part ownership of the blockchain. A lot of blockchains, what they do is they're decentralized, which means they have no sole owner. They're run by the community, and there's voting that goes on. And a lot of these blockchains, the way that they vote and do what they call governance, is based off of how many tokens that you have ownership of. So the tokens can have value in terms of equity. The tokens can have value, obviously, as a investment. But the main number one thing is the utility, the use case. There's different apps that are out there on Ethereum, so you can use those for the tokens. You can buy things or do things with them. But then there's other blockchains like Helium, where there's a direct use case. With Helium, you can do peer-to-peer wireless connections, peer-to-peer, low usage internet. So it's a really cheap. It's mostly for the Internet of Things, different devices that are out there that need to connect to the internet, but they don't take that much bandwidth up. So you pay Helium and Helium tokens to pay for the service. If you use something called Filecoin, Filecoin is kind of like a cloud provider like Amazon and Google Cloud, but they charge 1% of what Amazon charges. And so you pay for Filecoin service with Filecoin crypto tokens. You pay for Theta. Theta is a blockchain that does video streaming, peer-to-peer video streaming, and you pay for their service with Theta crypto tokens. So these blockchains having different value, these different blockchains that do different things. In order to pay for them, you need the crypto token in order to do that. So that first and foremost is why the token has value, and the reason why it goes up and appreciates is because if for most of the blockchains that are out there, there's only a certain amount of supply. With Bitcoin, there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin, and that's it. A lot of the other blockchains have the same thing, where there's a finite amount of supply, and once the supply gets used up, then there's no more. Then you basically have to buy it from other people. So you only have a certain amount of coins. The more demand there is, the more people that want to use the coins, then essentially the value of the coins go up. So the crypto tokens are not gambling chips at all. The key thing is that you have to understand what the blockchain does. Blockchains like Dogecoin, that's what they call a meme coin. The value is really based on the popularity and based on the fact that there's enough people out there that think that it's going to have long-term value and think that it's going to be worth something. That's essentially the only thing that makes it, worth anything. It's not built on anything. It doesn't really have too much utility to it. So that's kind of an exception. But I would encourage you guys, if you're going to buy crypto tokens, if you're going to do that, to make sure you do your homework and really focus on the crypto tokens that have utility and that can do things for people in real life. And if it can disrupt an industry, that's even better.